We read in Parshas Noach, Perek Zayin, Hashem gave a command, Boy el teva. He told Noach to come into the teva, Ato, Vincha, Vitecha, you and your sons and your wives and your sons' wives. Pasuk comes later on, and it says, Vayavei Noach el teva mipnei mei hamabel. Noach came into the teva because of the waters of the Mabel. So Rashi's bothered. What do you mean? Was it because it was raining? That's why Noach went into the teva. He went into the teva because he had a mitzvah. Answers Rashi, Noach ketane amuna haya. Noach was one who had small amuna. Mammon veina mammon. He believed, but he didn't believe. He believed, but he didn't. He thought maybe there won't be a mabel. And therefore, he only came in when the waters pushed him in. When his cars started to float. Not cars, but horse and buggies. They were floating in the air already, on the river. Then he said, I better get into the teva. And that is why we say it was only because of the waters that he came in to the teva. So it was Ketani Amuna. The question is, what do you mean? Noach was preaching for 120 years. He told this whole generation, Hashem's going to bring a mabel. If you don't do tshuva, I'm building the teva because there's going to be a mabel. So you have to do tshuva. Don't you think Noach would have emunah by the time 120 years had came? He should have such great emunah. How could it be that Noach was Ketani emunah after 120 years of preaching? Answers the Stipler, Reb Chaim Kanievsky's father, Zatzal. He says, no, because there's emunah and emunah. There's emunah sichli, seichel, you intellectually understand something, but then there's emunah chushis. Chushis means your chushim, feel it. Your five senses, you really grasp it, and you feel it. Noach, he preached it, but that means he understood intellectually that there will be a mabel, but he didn't feel it in his heart, with his chushim, that there will be a mabel. So when the waters came, he still didn't believe it. He had preached, but preaching doesn't mean that you believe it. He needed to bring it to his heart, and he didn't bring it to his heart until the waters pushed him in, and then he went in for no choice. He had no choice left. This is a big aside for everything, for life. We have emunah, but we have to have emunah chushas. Not enough to have emunah sichli. Mesil Sisharim says you have to work on this many, many hours to think how you're talking to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Da lifnei miyata oimed. Says Mesil Sisharim, you have to think Hashem is listening to every word, having a back and forth, even though you can't see him. And the tziyurim, you don't have a tziyur, you don't have any chushim helping you. You have to work on that to bring it to emunah chushi. So too, he says, is Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai speaks out Yira. We have Yiras Hashem, but is Yira chushis or is it Yira sichli? Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai told his students when he was about to die, they said, Rabbeinu barcheinu, barcheinu, give us a bracha. So Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai said, Yiratzin shei moira shemayim aleichem, you should have fear of Hashem, ki moira basar v'dam, the way you fear people. So the Talmidim said, is Ad Kan? Is that the whole bracha? We should fear Hashem the way we fear people. I should hope that we should fear Hashem more than we fear people. So Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai told them back, Halavai. Halavai, you should fear Hashem as much as you fear people. Teda, bring you a proof. When a person wants to commit an Aveira, whatever it will be, a person's own Yetzer Hara, and he wants to go after the Yetzer Hara, he will look around to see, is anyone watching me? And then he will commit the Aveira. Even though Hashem is watching you at all times. You see from here that people are more aware of other people. So we have Yiras of Basar V'Dam. We should fear Hashem the way we fear people. And this is a big aside. This is the aside of doing tshuva. We all try to do tshuva. And the first step of tshuva is aziva sachet, leaving the chet, leaving the sin. Says Rabbi Yochanan in Shai Tshuva, how do you leave the sin? Does it mean you say, I won't do it again? And then that's called aziva sachet? But it has to be leaving the sin. Rabbi Yochanan says, B'chol yom yiras Hashem is moisif. You have to be moisif yiras Hashem eliboy. You have to add and work on yiras Hashem every day. Learn Musar a little bit. Whatever is your favorite Musar sefer. Add yiras Hashem. Get a shot in the arm, like someone who is has a blood sugar is down, is low. He needs a shot and raise this level of his sugar. So too, we need a shot in the arm. We need Yiras Hashem to be always raising up a level. And that's how you can come to Azivas Hachet. To make your Yiras Hashem not just sichli, but to be chushes. And that is for our whole life, to always live chushes. We go in the car. Do we understand that if we text while we drive, it could be fatal? Yeah, we do. But we do it anyway. Why? Maybe we know it intellectually. We know it in our minds. But we have to know it bechushes. Actual, live. You have to bring it from your mind to your heart. It's from the Shemayim to the Aretz. That's how far it is. It's nothing guaranteed. You have to work on it every day of our life. Have a great night.